Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. Oh, hell no.
Hi guys, it's Yoni and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to 8 at the Table. So they released this video titled, "Can you be a trophy wife and a boss? Question mark. Can a woman who is a boss lady also be a rich man's trophy wife?" I think so. I mean, low-key, that's what I'm trying to be. But I want to explain how I see it. How I envision it in my mind. I want to be a rich woman. You know, I want some Jay-Z and Beyonce type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Simply because I don't want to emasculate this man. So then I can have free range on the projects that I want to do. But at the same time, I want to be a wife. Am I making sense? I know a lot of people are going to be like, girl, you looking for a dream. Well, yeah, that's why I manifest. I do candle. I'm not going to tell you what I do. Okay, you got to subscribe to my spiritual tier on Patreon so you can see what I be doing. Basically, what she's describing is what I would want, I think. Based off of the title, the caption of this video, I think. But let's see. So let's go ahead and get right into today's video.
I'm not trying to be that girl staying at home. I have a lot of ambition. I have a lot of dreams. I have a lot of momentum. I have a man at home that much rather have me at home than working. But I choose to work. Because I want this for myself. I want to build something for myself. I don't want to just be behind my man. You know, I want to have, because I don't know.
That's boring.
Y'all might not really be together.
No, that's like, I don't know if that's how I get it. Because that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not seeing it like that.
Because if he got enough bread and you can chill out, then why not work
because
together?
I don't know. I just feel like
every woman doesn't desire that.
I want to accomplish things in life. So I'm sure there's a lot of ladies out there.
Accomplish things with your man.
No.
Do it together.
Me and him.
I mean, I'm okay with that too.
Bring all the stuff you're bringing to this company and bring it to your man.
Right.
You gotta be simple, Rico. If you want to be a trophy wife for real,
you could be a boss lady and a trophy wife, and the way to do it is to do kind of what Esther was just saying. Like, you want to boss up, cool, but you gotta boss up with me, boss up with me. Like, you know, you gotta kind of conjoin things together in some type of way. But when you want to be an independent boss and cut your part out of the deal completely, now you're going on your own route. You're not a wife. First of all, there's two.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but in the history of Real Talk with Yoni, I'm going to have to agree with Rico on this one. Now listen, because we talked about this. Now, I don't know what video this was, but I told you. When you gift men gifts, you have to gift them things within their tax bracket. If you go outside of their tax bracket, you emasculated them. This is kind of mirroring the same type of conversation. Me wanting to be a boss, right? And it's not even me wanting to be a boss. I just want to fulfill my purpose. I would love to be an author. So because of that, I would work with my husband who makes way more money than me. Why? Because maybe I can be an independent author. Maybe I don't need a publisher. Maybe he could publish or help me publish it. I would get him somehow engaged in what I'm doing so that he feels still head of house. Like, a lot of women don't like that idea, but the reality is, if you truly do value masculinity, you're gonna stay in this area. Now, you don't just do it because of the ego of a man. You do it because it benefits you. So the reason why you want to stay in this area here is because it does come with benefits. First of all, it comes with the fact that this man provides. Yeah, he pay all them bills or majority or whatever the case may be, but he also offers protection. So because of that, right, I have no problem with including him on my business ideas, ventures that I want to do, things that I want to accomplish for myself. I have no problem with him being included in that. My only issue is that I do have a boundary. With this boundary, I get to keep my ideas. Now, if he's the type of person that wants to come in and take control and just take over everything, that's not gonna work for me. But I will include him, right? He could be an overseer. He could be an advisory. He could give that stamp of approval, but at the end of the day, it's still my project, or it's still my thing, or it's still my business idea. But I'm still gonna stay in these lines because his masculinity, it offers protection, food, water, clothes, and shelter. So because of that, I'm going to stay in this area. But I actually agree with Rico. Like, you can't just boss up and leave your man behind. Like, you gotta make him feel included. I agree with that. And the reason is because he is the head of the house. He is the leader. He is in that position. So because of that, you have to include him on your ideas, projects, things that you want to do. You don't just go out independently like you're a single woman and do it. You include them. It's okay, but it's still yours. It's still your project. It's still your purpose, but you're making them a part of it. That is something that a woman has to do in order to make her relationship or marriage work. And it's not saying that you don't have any identity or anything. It's just that you are understanding the power of masculinity. So you're going to stay in these lines, but also you still have a place within the world. You're still going to be able to fulfill your purpose. It's all about balance, you guys. It's about balance. But I agree with Rico. So far, I agree with Rico.
The words that we are really focusing on, right, is trophy and wife, right? You could be a trophy, which is a prize, and then you gotta be a wife at the end of the day. So, you know, wife to me, we already know, I already broke that down what a wife to me is. So if you want to be a boss, trophy wife, boss up, bring it to the home team, you know, and we're gonna boss this up together. Now, if you want to be a boss lady, you do your own thing, you're going to keep it for yourself, and that's when I feel like when you're too independent, you can't be a trophy wife.
You can be a boss lady and a trophy wife. Yes, you can't be too independent and not give your man, you know, any cut.
Barb.
But
okay.
You are okay to be a boss and a trophy wife. It's a new time. It's a new generation.
Yeah, and speaking for the bosses and trophy wives at home, such as myself, you see, like, what you said did stand out to me. I do feel like you can't just be all about yourself, because then it's not really true to the relationship. How are you a trophy? How are you a wife? Exactly. But you see, like, with my experience, my relationship right now, we are working on several businesses together.
Ooh.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Okay, so I'm a boss and a trophy wife, okay? Get it straight.
And with my boyfriend, we always talk about businesses we want to open together. Obviously, it's not going to happen now. We're waiting to do that when we get to the next level of a relationship. But when you were talking about how if a woman is too independent...
Wait a minute. I don't recommend you bossing up with your boyfriend, okay? I recommend you bossing up with your husband. Your husband. Because technically Barb is single, and so you're agreeing to a business contract before a marriage contract, and that just don't make sense to Yoni. Marriage, then business. Otherwise, that business is strictly yours, sis, because you're single. You don't start a business with a boyfriend. I don't agree with that. I understand what she's saying, but maybe the next step in their relationship is marriage. I'm not really sure. She didn't really elaborate. But if that is the case, I understand. I understand exactly what she means. So there are some businesses that she wants to start with her boyfriend, but she's holding off on it for marriage, which I feel is a great idea. So my camera died. So if it overlaps, my bad, but my camera died. I'm doing 3 reactions in one day, so please bear with me. So let's go ahead and get right back to it.
But when you were talking about how if a woman is too independent, you know, she can't be a trophy wife, I kept thinking about myself, because I had to teach myself not to be way too independent in a relationship, because I noticed that that's pushed men away from me because I'm so independent. So
also, you don't want to be too independent in a relationship, because why are you in a relationship? Why? If you want to be an independent career woman, boss, whatever, you shouldn't even be in a relationship. That's how I see it. So you can't eat your cake and then try to eat his too and try to be like this independent boss. If you're an independent boss, then you should just be single, flat out.
So it is also being a woman that can hold herself accountable and not make the man feel insecure or make him feel like he's not on the same level as her.
I don't want to keep going into this insecure thing, you know what I'm saying? But I want to go something that Essa was saying. I want Essa to say it because Essa was...
I feel like the women, when y'all the ones to get the money, y'all cheat and y'all don't adhere to nothing. Y'all just do your own thing and bread. So there's no... Listen, women that got the money right now, I'm gonna say that they be acting crazy and they be acting real retarded because they got some bread right now.
So you're calling me retarded? I thought.
So if you would like for me to react to the full video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. I will go live and then it will be posted to my Patreon so you can see it for free while I'm on live, or you'll see it on my Patreon. All I have to say is when you're in a relationship, you just have to be mindful. Like, you're not the only one in a relationship, you're in a partnership. So when you're in a partnership, you have to consider your partner. And a lot of times we as women, you know, we want the career, we want the man, but we don't know how to balance the two. And really it just comes down to balance. Are you making sure this man is feeling like he is needed in your life? If not, most likely he's going to feel emasculated. So because of that, you need to include him on your ideas, things that you want to do. It's all about including them. It's just like a little toddler, right? You want to include them. Men, they play video games, and a toddler wants to play the video games, but you know how they trying to get a certain score within their career, and so what they'll do is they'll hand them the controller, right? But they won't plug it into the game. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Stick with me. They won't actually give the toddler control, but the toddler thinks that they're playing, most likely that they're winning, and that they're being included, but the reality is they're really not. That's how you should move when it comes to this conversation with having the career, having the man. Allow them to be included in your ideas, maybe even your budget. If they want to support financially, that's always good. But just make sure you include them. Make sure they feel included. Don't leave them out, because then men don't feel like they have a place in your life, honestly. If you want to be a woman who has her own thing going on, you have a purpose to fulfill outside of being a wife and having kids, I don't see anything wrong with it. Honestly, the way I see it set up in my mind, how I would like it to be, is simply me having projects, and my man is supporting me with the projects that I like to do. So one year, maybe I write a book. The next year, maybe I go on a book tour for 3 months or 6 months or something like that. And then I'm off 6 months. Like, I just want the luxury of flexibility. Honestly, like, that's what it is for me. And I want to be able to do what I want to do, put out certain projects that I want to put out, things that I feel moved and inspired by, and then that's it. You know, like, I don't feel like I want to work 365 days out of the year. I don't see myself working like that, but I do want to put out projects. When my kids are young, though, I don't really want to work at all. But, you know, after like 3, 4, 5, like somewhere in there, I would like to get back to work where I get to focus on myself and put out projects that you guys would like to enjoy. That's how I see my future. And I would include my man, whoever he is, on my projects. Like, I would include him in on my projects, get him to bounce some ideas off of him to see if maybe he could give me some better ideas, you know, stuff like that, you know. But at the end of the day, they're my ideas, they're my projects, and I just want him to be a supporter, and I'm always going to include him in on my projects. And then, you know, I bring home, you know, not the bacon, but I'm going to bring home some mashed potatoes, gravy, greens, cornbread. You know, the sides are important too. I may not bring sides every year, but when I want to put out certain projects, I would like to bring, you know, cornbread, some grits, maybe some shrimp, you know, if it's a good year, depending on the projects that I put out. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I just want to include him in on my projects, but I want 100% creative control. Honestly, I just want creative control. I don't care about the financial and all the business stuff. I just want creative control. He can control all that other stuff, because the other stuff I really don't care about. I just want to create. And if he wants to handle all the business stuff, that's great. Hopefully he's that type of guy, because I just want to do the fun stuff. Those are my thoughts on this entire situation. If you would like for me to react to the full episode, make sure you give this video a really big thumbs up. Hit that notification bell if you're new, and make sure you subscribe so that you are notified for when I upload. This is Real Talk with Yoni, where we keep it real so we can heal, and I will see you guys in my next video.